Hello everyone! Today we are going to delve into the crucial role of assessment in education. Often we think of assessment as simply giving grades at the end of a unit. However, effective assessment is much more dynamic and serves different purposes throughout the learning process. Now, let's talk about understanding what our students are really learning through different types of assessment we use every day. Now, I want to share a clear understanding of three crucial approaches to assessment in education, namely, assessment for learning, assessment as learning, and assessment of learning. First, we have assessment for learning. This is our ongoing check-in during a lesson to see where students are and how we can help them right now. For example, while students are solving word problems, I walk around and look at their work. If I see a common mistake in setting up the equation, I can immediately stop the class for a quick re-explanation of that specific steps. That's me using their work as assessment to inform my immediate teaching. Another example, after reading a few pages of a story aloud, I might ask students to do a quick partner talk. Tell your partner the main thing that has happened so far. Listening to their conversations gives me a snapshot of their comprehension in that moment. If I hear widespread misunderstanding, I know I need to revisit key plot points. Or simple example like quizzes, orals, and more. Overall, you observe their work, listen to their explanation, and identify any misconceptions as they arise. This isn't about assigning grades, it's about understanding their current grasp of the concept right then and there. Based on what you see, hear, you might decide to reteach a specific point, offer differentiated support to struggling learners, or challenge those who have a strong understanding. And now let's tackle about the assessment as learning. This is about empowering students to understand their own learning. For example, after brainstorming ideas for persuasive letter, I give students a simple checklist. Did you state your opinion clearly? Did you give at least one reason? Students use this checklist to review their own brainstorm and make sure they're on the right track before they start writing. They're assessing their own planning. Another prime example of assessment as learning is the use of rubrics for self-assessment. After completing a task, students use the rubrics to evaluate their own work against the learning goals. They identify their strengths and areas for improvement. This process isn't just about checking boxes, it fosters metacognitions. Students thinking about their own thinking and learning. They develop a deeper understanding of what quality works looks like and become more self-regulated learners. We might ask them questions like, based on the rubric, what's one thing you did well and what's one area you plan to focus on improving? Remember, assessment as learning gives students the map and the tools to navigate their own learning effectively. Finally, we have assessment of learning. This is the type of assessment we're perhaps most familiar with. It typically occurs at the end of a unit or topic or learning period. Its primary goal is to summarize students' learning and report on their achievement. Think of traditional tests, final projects, and standardized assessments. When we administer a summative assessment, we essentially taking a snapshot of what students have learned up to that point. The results are often used for grading, reporting to parents, and making broader decisions about curriculum and students' placement. While crucial for accountability, assessment of learning provides a final measure of learning rather than guiding the immediate learning process. It's like taking a photograph at the end of a significant journey to document how far we traveled. Assessment for, as, and of are the essential tools in our classroom. Let's summarize these three. Assessment for learning is our daily check-in. Assessment as learning makes students active thinkers about their progress. And assessment of learning helps us see the bigger picture of what they learn. In conclusion, assessment for, as, and of learning are not mutually exclusive. They are interconnected and equally important components of comprehensive assessment system. By strategically integrating all three approaches, we can gain a richer understanding of students' learning, empower students to take ownership of their progress, and ultimately create a more effective and supportive learning environment. Understanding these distinctions allow us to move beyond simply assigning grades and truly unlock the potential within each learner. I think that's all for this video. Thank you for watching and I hope you learned something. Bye bye.